Show.
Kí gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì, mo kí wa pé àkóbójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí, mo kí ẹ̀yin ìyá, mo kí bàbá, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n, mo kí àbúrò. Èmi ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín, Dr. Sabitot Show, ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. Ṣé ọlọ́dọ̀ títí yín náà ní agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run? Ayé ọpẹ́ a máa yọ fún wa, lórí ọmọ, lórí ìdáwọ́lé wa. Òun láyé ọpẹ́ máa fi máa yọ. Èwo la mú wá fún wa ní ọjọ́ títí òní? Tó bá jẹ́ nígbà àkọ́kọ́ tẹ̀yin kankan máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì aláyọ̀ yìí, níbi tá a ti máa ń gbé oríṣiríṣi ètò tá a ti máa ń gbé yẹ̀wò. A kí yín káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ẹ bá wa fílẹ̀ nínú comment, ṣé ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ yìí ni ibo lẹ ti ṣalábàápàdé, ibo lẹ ti ń bá wa ká lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń kí mi pé mo pé ètò bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lèmi náà ń kí yín pé a kò bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. God bless you. Lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, ní ṣìrí, ẹ̀yin náà ò ní ṣì wá gbọ́, àdẹ̀ ní ṣì sọ lágbára Elédùmarè. Mo kí gbogbo Kristẹni wípé God bless you. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo kí gbogbo Mùsùlùmí wípé Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mo kí gbogbo oníṣẹ̀ṣe wípé àgbọ̀ àtọ́ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo kí gbogbo àwa fẹ́tíǹkà nìyẹn wípé Ọlọ́run tó láyé tó lọ́run kò ní dà wá láàmú. Ó jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹni tó jẹ́ wípé ó dá wa kálí tí òní Ọlọ́run gbọ́dọ̀ wá dúró. Àkíyín. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká go straight to the point. Gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ máa ń bá wa pín ètò wa, àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń fi comment sílẹ̀, àmọ́ lóore mo appreciate. Àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń ju short video sí mi lórí WhatsApp. Tẹ́ bá wo báwo lẹ fẹ́ mọ WhatsApp number mi, ó máa ń wà nínú ìpolówó kíní foundation wa tí a máa ń play. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ lóní pápápá. Èwo la gbé wa? Oríire ni. Oríire ńlá ni. Ọlọ́run ló máa ń ṣe àsọ̀rọ̀ṣẹ. Aládúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run níbi tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀, ibi tá a dé àti ibi tá a ń lọ. Èyí la rí àmọ́ ẹ̀dá tó mọ̀la. Ẹ má wá gbàgbé wípé àtorí ìkànṣe kan òun ni ọba Ọlọ́run. Bọ̀ oríire àpẹẹrẹ oríire ni. Oríire ńlá náà dẹ̀ tó ni. Ara aburú ni ire wà, ara ire náà ni aburú wà. Ṣé mo pé oúnjẹ míì máa wà, ó máa láìkẹ́ oúnjẹ yẹn dẹ̀rẹ̀, ó lè disturb ẹ, ó lè affect system, ó lè dá system ẹrú, ó lè ṣe anything, but oúnjẹ tó láìkẹ́ ni. Ìyẹn náà fi sọ pé inú ire ni bíbà, inú ibi ni ire wà. Wọ́n dà máa ṣe àmì. Kó tó di pé àwọnú agbami ètò lọ. Ilé ayé kò parẹ́ o, àwa tá a wà nínú ẹ̀ náà ni. But bọ́lá òun ṣe máa ṣèdájọ́ kò yé àwọn èèyàn. Èyí táwọn èèyàn wá mú jẹ́ ń bẹ̀ òun ló pọ̀ jù. Àní tó bá yẹ pé Ọlọ́run lè máa já orí àwọn èèyàn pam tó bá ti ṣe àwọn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yẹn tó jẹ́ wípé eléyìí pọ̀. Èyí tá a fẹ́ gbé wáyé bóyá ó pọ̀ bóyá kò pọ̀. Ṣé mo fúngbà àkọ́kọ́ fẹ̀yìn tẹ́ bá ọkọ̀ jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tẹ́ ọkọ̀ máa wo ètò wa. Àwọn nǹkan tá a fi máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ preamble làwa fi máa ń ṣe. Àwọn kan fi máa ń ṣe warm up ni, but tó bá ti wọra tán, ẹgbẹ́ pípa fẹ́ gbá bọ̀ àwọn ọkọ̀ lọ sórí field, àwọn ọkọ̀ lọ, máa lọ ṣe warm up, òun làwọn ọkọ̀ máa ń ṣe. Tẹ́ bá wo program wa délẹ̀, ẹ lè mọ báwo ló ṣe rí bọ̀. Èmi náà máa try láti lè má jẹ́ kó gùn jù. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, God bless you. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ wọlé láti ro ìbíbà àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ayé tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn nǹkan gba nǹkan gbè téèyàn ò lè expect wípé èèyàn dẹ̀ ní ṣá. Ẹ jẹ́ àjọ lọ wò. Gọ́ní Áfíjí, ìròyìn ò dáfojúbà. Báwo lẹ ṣe rí ní olùkú mi sí? Is it nice? Is it lovely? Ẹ fílẹ̀ nínú comment section. This is my first time látìgbà tí mo ti wà lórí ayélujára, bóyá bíi something 8 years ago. This is my new look. Now let's go there.
These people are selling water that we think it's purified, coming from the toilet. in a tuck shop.
What the hell is this thing? What the hell is fucking this? What the hell is this? Yeah.
Purified, so-called purified water coming from the toilet. Oh, I have. Oh, this one, Nasarata. Oh, this thing is going. Oh, Jesus. These people. This is the water that they are selling for the people in the name of purified water. And they are selling to the communities. Our communities are just eating or drinking water that is coming from the toilet. These people. It is clear that we must get people from health to come and see this thing. Once again, I'm taking you through this water that is coming from the toilet. It is going like that from the toilet. Here are the filters. But the source of the water is the toilet. Filth. Our people are being made to drink filth that is coming from the toilet.
Cherry toilet here. Kò wá ṣe àwọn èèyàn burú. Èèyàn mà burú o. Èèyàn mà burú o. Òyìnbó tó bá ti rí ìrírí ilé ayé, ẹ̀yin tí a bá ti gbọ́ rí lẹ́nu àwọn òyìnbó wípé tóun bá fẹ́ wá ń gbà mí, òun fẹ́ kóun wá ní fúláwà. Tóun bá fẹ́ wá ń gbà mí, òun fẹ́ wá lólógbò. Tóun bá fẹ́ wá ń gbà mí, òun fẹ́ wá ní ajá. Òun ò fẹ́ wá ní ènìyàn mọ́. Tó bá ní conversation pẹ̀lú àwọn òyìnbó bóyá colleagues ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá jọ ń sọ̀rọ̀, màmá kò ṣe nǹkan tó common fún wọn. Nǹkan tó bá béèrè pé kí ló fẹ́ wá tó bá tó fẹ́ padà wá sáyé. Nǹkan tó máa ń common nìyẹn. Ènìyàn burú. Ẹ wo tọ́ílẹ̀tì yìí. Ẹ wo bí tọ́ílẹ̀tì yẹn bó ṣe rí. Ẹ wo environment. Ẹ wá lọ wo bínú ṣọ́ọ̀bù yẹn bí ṣọ́ọ̀bù ṣe rí. Ènìyàn burú. Ìgbà tí mò ń wò, mo kàn ń pariwo ni. Èèyàn burú in short, tẹ́lòmí bá wà mí àmọ́ pé kí ló ń ṣe lady? Ènìyàn burú. Ènìyàn burú. Eléyìí lágbára gan ni o. Oh my God. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa gba owó yẹn. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa ná. Ẹ máa gba owó yẹn. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa fi rán ọmọ ní iléèwé. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń gba owó yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tún fi
This cannot be tolerated. Really, it cannot.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lọ síbẹ̀ lọ tọ́ílẹ̀tì ńbẹ̀ because tẹ bá rí ẹ máa rí pé tíṣù wà lókè lórí ibẹ̀. Ṣé rí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà làwọn náà ń sùn? Ṣé rí pé wọ́n fi sáìdì ibì kan? Ẹ̀rí bí warehouse gbọ̀ngàn níbẹ̀ yẹn ṣe rí. Warehouse níbẹ̀ mi ò ní fẹ́ dárúkọ bóyá àwọn olùkọ́ ní tàbí bí warehouse níbẹ̀ yẹn jẹ́. Àwọn níbì kan tó jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ inú ibẹ̀ náà
This is the water that they are selling for the people.
Inú ibẹ̀ yẹn
In the name of purified water.
ibẹ̀ náà ti gbọ́ everything. And I'm pretty sure pé
And they are
àwọn
selling to the
onílówó omi
communities.
yìí o.
Our communities are just eating or drinking water that is coming from the toilet.
Direct from the toilet. Direct from the
These
toilet.
people.
Direct láti inú toilet.
It is clear that we must get people from health
Kevin, African store ní African
to
shop
come and
ní
see this thing.
African shop ní báwo
Once again, I'm taking you through
ní sínú pálí fáwọn
this water that is coming from the
ẹ̀rí ṣẹ́rí ibi
toilet.
tán ti pàṣẹ. Ṣẹ́rí ibi tán ti
is
pàṣẹ
going like
wọnú
that from
ibi
the toilet.
toilet. Ṣẹ́rí wáyà yẹn. Ṣẹ́rí ibi tó lọ.
Here are the
Ṣẹ́rí ibi tó
filters.
connect ẹ̀ mọ́ bíbá. Ṣé wá rí ibi tó
But
gbà
the
lọ
source
ṣe
of the
wọ́n
water is
connect
the
ẹ̀.
toilet.
Wọ́n wá connect ẹ̀ wá sí
Filth.
bíbá.
Our people are being made to drink filth that is coming from the toilet. This cannot be tolerated. Really, it cannot.
náà mo kí gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì mo kí wá ipa kó bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí èmi ọmọ yín àbúrò yín lólùfẹ́ yín Dr. Sabitak Show Ààyè Ọpẹ́yọ lórí fídíò tá a ṣe kọjá lórí earpiece. Gbogbo wa pátápátá iṣẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ Ghana ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bóyá yẹ ká dúró tì ní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ti lọ wò ẹ lọ wò because àwọn ẹlòmíín wà àwọn ṣe wọ́n lè máa mímọ̀ bí mo ṣe lè kú ìtẹ̀ṣà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé àwọ̀ wa yẹn jẹ́ ká jọ gbé lárugẹ ìsìn náà kó bóyá torí pé ó jẹ́ ọmọ Ìgbò tàbí torí pé ó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ dúdú tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Ghana ní irú nǹkan tá a ṣe yìí náà la máa ṣe wípé àwọn òyìnbó gbogbo ọ̀nà lẹ ṣàfẹ́ fi lójú ayé wa kòrókòrò gbogbo ọ̀nà ẹ fẹ́ fi mú wa wálẹ̀ no kò ní ṣeé ṣe fún wọn. Ìyà yìí ti tó gẹ́ ìyà tán ṣe sínú ìgbésí ayé wa ó ti tó gẹ́. Tẹ bá wá rí nísìnyí airline yẹn tẹ bá rí nísìnyí báwọn èmi ní Air France gbogbo wọn bọ́n ṣe ń já owó tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wọn wá sílẹ̀ torí pé ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó jàjà dìde ọmọ Yíbò tó jàjà tiraka dìde tó jàjà gbé international one kan dìde ṣe rí pé àwọn náà wà nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ wa òyìnbó ló wà nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ wa bọ́ agbára wo làwọn individual náà ní ọ̀hún ní agbára torí pé bàbá búbù a mọ̀ wípé kó tó di pó bọ́ síjọba ó ti kọ́ wá forí balẹ̀ fún wọn Buhari fúnra rẹ̀ bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu gbogbo wa náà ló ṣojú gbogbo wa kó tó di wípé òun náà bọ́ sípò oyè tó jẹ ó ti kọ́kọ́ wá ìbúra méjì náà ń bú ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n máa búra àwọn kó wá búra tàwọn ìyá Ṣàlínà ọ̀dọ̀ Ṣàlínà ti ń búra ń sìn àwọn kókó wá búra lọ́dọ̀ ìyá Ṣàlínà agbéwèé fún wọn nǹkan tó máa sáìn Ọlọ́run ò báwo láyé máa kúrò ní oko ẹrú eléyìí máa pọ̀ torí ẹ̀ èyí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí tí àwọn white àwọn funfun yìí tó bá dúró pẹ̀lú àwọn ìjọba wọn gangan ó máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ láti mú airline yẹn láti mú wálẹ̀ gbogbo ọ̀nà ló máa fi dá wálẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́bá ti lọ wò ẹ lọ wò lórí program tí mo ṣe kó tó di pé mo ṣe eléyìí bọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká wá gbọ́ nǹkan tí sísà wa ìsọ̀ tó lóhùn gangan kọ́ la mú wálé ní ibẹ̀ yẹn gangan kọ́ là ń lọ bọ̀ ká má fi waste time ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí sísà wa ìtàn sọ.
Ẹ̀yin láyé yín mo gbọ́ pé kì í ṣe pé bóyá ẹgẹ́ price nìkan wọ́n lẹ́yìn tó ti ń sáàfù jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù àti dòdò kódà wọ́n lẹ́yìn sáàfù ṣàmpéènì ọ̀rẹ́ mi tọ̀wọ̀ kódà wọ́n ròyìn ẹ̀yin nu ọlọ́ọ̀nù àṣẹ ẹsẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà kọ́sítọ́mà ni wá ẹsẹ̀ rí wa léèyàn bí apc ò bá jáde sẹ́ẹ̀ràn tí pé èèyàn ni wá tó jẹ́ pé bàbá wo fàálù yín àwọn olùsí oúnjẹ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ẹ̀fọ́ tí ò rí rú àwọn ẹ̀fọ́ tí ò ráta àwọn ẹ̀fọ́ bí ọbẹ̀ ó ń kẹrosíìn lẹ́ẹ̀mọ́ fún wa tó jẹ́ pé búrẹ́dì láì máa tì bá a ti ń máta gígùn sí láàmú wọ́yọ̀ sí kó tiẹ̀ lè lọ díẹ̀ ní ìsìn ẹ̀ wá sáfù jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù ẹsẹ̀sẹ̀ mọ̀ pé èèyàn ni wá ẹsẹ̀sẹ̀ mọ̀ bó bá wùn yín kẹ́ ẹ bọ́ sórí áìlì kẹ́ ẹ máa gún iyán inú odó kẹ́ ẹ máa sí àmàlà àti gbẹ̀gìrì àlàkà àti yápìsì wa láàmú ọ̀wọ̀ ẹsẹ̀sẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ìsìn ẹsẹ̀sẹ̀ mọ̀ pé èèyàn ni wá yápìsì wa láàmú ọ̀wọ̀ ẹsẹ̀sẹ̀ rí Nàìjíríànsì ní ìsìn à ń ṣe jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù ẹ ti rí tìfun lọ́rọ̀ ẹ ti rí àwọn tó rí wọn ò pé
ẹ máa rí wípé òyìnbó wọn ò fẹ́ káfíríkà kan gbèrè tí bá rí gbogbo wàhálà tán ti ń bá ẹni tó ní earpiece tó nǹkan tán ti ń bá fà ìsìn ilẹ̀ wa ti wá lọ change àwọn oúnjẹ tẹ máa ń serve nínú flight nsìn ẹ ti wá lọ ń ṣe very delicious food fún àwọn èèyàn nsìn ìgbà tí ò tí ì sí yẹn tí ò sí competition pé dúdú ló ní ẹ ṣe yẹn ẹ mọ̀ wípé jollof rice ló yẹ ká jẹ á gbé nǹkan náà wá fún yín á ṣàgbé wá fún yín ó ní sísà wa iná ti sọ yìí kọ́nà kó bá mi ṣe dáadáa fún sísà mi love you my sister my beautiful sister ọmọ Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ọmọ àjẹgbíjẹ kara wọn mo mọ̀ wọ́n dáadáa mo mọ̀ wọ́n tipẹ́tipẹ́ láyé alálùmọ́lẹ̀ ni mo ti mọ̀ sísà wa yìí now mo kí wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì ìpákó ojú ọjọ́ ṣeré èmi ọmọ yín àbúrò yìí Dr. Sabitak Show Ààyè Ọpẹ́yọ ìtàgbé wa lọ́jọ́ títí òní lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìrìn àjò wa yìí ni bó ṣe kàn wá lọ́wọ́ tó kàn wá lẹ́sẹ̀ mo ní nínú ibi ni eré wà nínú eré òun náà ni ibi wà ó jọ ń bá gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ ni àwọn kan sọ lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná ó ní ṣé bàbá tó ti dàgbà yẹn òun ló wá ní kó lè di wa ẹ jẹ́ kó ọmọ kékeré ṣe é káwọn youth kan dìde kó ọmọ kékeré ṣe ẹgbẹ́ wípé wọ́n wá Yàyà Bello ọmọ kékeré nìyẹn o orúkọ àwọn ọmọ kékeré mélòó la fẹ́ lò tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti oríkórí làwọn lọ ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ kí má sọ èyí tó le jù yẹn lọ. Bàbá, oh my God, ẹ bá mi máa type congratulations, oh my God, bàbá 80, bàbá tó ti lọ ń kanlẹ̀kùn 90, àyàfi tó bá jọ̀tà ajé, tó o bá jọ̀tà ajé wàá bá ò wípé, I give it to you. I give it to you, not 100%, 120, 130, 140, 150. Kudos to you. What are you telling me? What are you talking about? Let's go there.
Professor Banji Akintoye, academic, historian, writer, leader of Ilana Omo Oodua, leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, which pushes for an independent, self-governing nation for Nigerians of Yoruba extraction. Good to have you, sir, on this day live, the Sunday Talk Show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well,
thank you for inviting me to come.
Thank you very much, Prof. Well, very quickly. When the
onídọ̀tí tó ń sọ wípé bàbá ti dàgbà ẹ jẹ́ kó ọmọ kékeré wá ṣe ọmọ kékeré ló lè ṣe ẹ̀yin dà ẹ bá wa ṣe ètò yìí ẹ bá wa ṣe ètò yìí bá ti ń pàtẹ́wọ́ ká tó gbọ́ngàn tí bàbá máa sọ àdínú ire ni bí wà inú ibi náà ní ire wà tí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí tí ò bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ni ṣé arise gan because ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n láti ṣe interview fún bàbá torí àwọn ìjọba one way or the other but ìgbà tọ́rọ̀ yìí ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan oh my god
The incident on April 13 occurred. A group of persons led by Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola tried to take over the government secretariat in Ibadan, and they were overpowered eventually by state authorities. Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola having made a statement declaring the Democratic Republic of Nigeria, of Yoruba land, of Oodua, as a sovereign nation. You reacted. You said, you were not aware of it and that these were careless people. Chief Sunday Igboho also reacted and said that these were just a bunch of insane people trying to do what they were not sent to do. However, Prof, I recall that you led the struggle for self-determination of the Yorubas. And now you condemn the splinter group called Ominira Yoruba. What is the difference between the bigger ideological movement that you lead and, the one led by Mrs. Modupe Onitiri Abiola? Could it just be that the difference is just method? Isn't the idea the same?
Well, they are not the same. We started a movement for the liberation of the Yoruba nation from Nigeria under existing laws of the international community. People don't seem to recognize that. There is a law, the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, permits every nation that wants to separate from the country that they belong to now to do so. But you have to do it peacefully. That's a provision. You cannot say because you want self-determination for your nation out of a country, you want to destabilize a country, you want to break down the peace of the country, you want to attack the laws of the country. No, that's not allowed. The movement that I lead is an intellectually sophisticated movement, disciplined, and no member, not a single person in the entire movement, and we are in the millions all over the world. We are in the millions. Not a single one of us will do what Mrs. Abiola did, what Onitiri did. Not a single one of us. She and her people were entirely on their own. They are not part of us, and we are not part of them in any way. Our struggle for self-determination has been pursued peacefully. We started in 2019, and this is 2024. That's roughly 5 years now, slightly under 5 years, and we have no record of violence. In the year 2021, in the middle of 2021, we launched a number of rallies, public rallies. The first one was in Ibadan, and it was very large. About 1.2 million people were present in that rally. And we thought, we had done well. But then we moved to Abeokuta, and people in Abeokuta were much larger in number than the ones in Ibadan. And we went to Osogbo, and from there went to Akure, and went to Ado-Ekiti. In Ado-Ekiti, the crowd was the largest ever. About 3.1 million people clogged the streets of Ado-Ekiti for the whole day. And in all of these mammoth rallies, nobody misbehaved. Nobody behaved in an unruly or unlawful way. The police didn't have to caution anybody. The police did not arrest anybody. Nobody was wounded in any way. It was a happy rally.
Well, Prof.
Young people, educated young people clamoring for their own country separate from Nigeria. That's entirely lawful.
Well, Prof, there is a report.
Entirely under the law.
Prof, there is a report in the paper.
And so nobody was arrested. And nobody can be arrested in such circumstances.
Well, Prof, there's a story in the papers today.
That's who we are.
Well, Prof, there is a story in the papers today saying that you, as a leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, you have now written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say that Yorubas would like to break away from Nigeria through negotiations. Do you think that President Tinubu will allow his government to sit at a table with some Yoruba people saying they want to break away from Nigeria when Section 2 of the Constitution says that Nigeria is indissoluble and indivisible?
That's what the Constitution of Nigeria says. But the law of Nigeria also, part of the law of Nigeria says that self-determination is a legitimate right.
Well,
because when the United Nations passed the declaration, Nigeria was a signatory to it. Nigeria brought the law, that declaration, to the National Assembly. The National Assembly approved it.
Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wípé àkókòjú ọjọ́ ṣe rí ṣe ń bá wa ti comment tí ń nà sílẹ̀ ẹ tí gbọ́ nǹkan kan ẹ tí gbọ́ nǹkan kan ẹ tí gbọ́ ó ti ń tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ti fẹ́ súnmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ báyẹn kudos to Dr. Abati as well, but wọ́n ní tó bá rí ọ̀gá ẹ̀ wọ́n máa ń da láṣà ìpè gbà fún ọ̀gá ẹ̀. Dr. Abati ẹ máa rí ẹ lọ wo comment yẹn lórí Arise. Ó ti pẹ́ tẹ́ ti máa ń gbé àwọn èèyàn wa bàbá ẹ ti something. In short, President America wọ́n máa ń kọ nǹkan tó máa sọ fún mi. Bàbá ẹ wo wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn orí náà ti ń béèrè. A máa tó débẹ̀ báyìí mo kàn ní kí n fi break kìíní yẹn náà a máa ń lò bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí YouTube tá a bá lo fídíò ẹlòmíì. Ó láwọn nǹkan kan tó yẹ ká follow ṣe ọdún sáà protocol kan wà tá a máa follow. À ń láti break ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ now.
And the President of Nigeria signed it. That made it part of the law of Nigeria. The same thing with the Africa Charter of human and people's rights.
But Prof, sir.
The President of Nigeria brought it to Nigeria, took it to the National Assembly. The National Assembly approved of it. Then the President signed it. That makes it a part of the law of Nigeria. And courts in Nigeria have made the statement that fighting for self-determination is not unlawful in Nigeria. So we are not doing anything unlawful.
Yes, sir.
And we have no reason to want to stop it.
But sir, correct me if I'm wrong. The same Nigerian constitution says that even when we sign international covenants and conventions, it becomes law in Nigeria when it is domesticated. Now, you are an Awoist. You were part of the Awo movement and all of that. Awo, the late sage, wanted self-determination in the constitution, 1916, 1963. He never succeeded. And the Nigerian constitution does not allow anybody to say they want to break away from any part of Nigeria. So I don't know. I mean, you are the teacher of history.
The law, the laws of Nigeria allows individual Nigerians or groups of Nigerians to advocate for self-determination for their people. That cannot be contradicted. The laws of Nigeria allows peoples in Nigeria to advocate for the self-determination of their people.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying,
the law.
Well, but
And that's why when we went on rallies and so on, nobody could arrest any one of those boys and girls.
well, but
Because they were acting entirely lawfully.
okay, Prof.
No, listen, there is in this kind of situation after the folly and the criminal folly by Onitiri and the others, there is a natural reaction, and people are now saying that Nigeria are now saying things that are really not true about Nigeria. The laws of Nigeria allow Nigerians to fight for the self-determination of their people peacefully.
Well, I'll try and check.
And Yoruba people who are fighting peacefully for the self-determination of the Yoruba nation from Nigeria are doing it absolutely lawfully.
But do you have any expectation that President Tinubu will sit down and negotiate for the Yorubas to leave Nigeria when he is himself a Yoruba man?
That is the business of the president. He will do what he thinks is good for the country.
Yes.
We will do what we think is good for our own nation from Nigeria.
Kudos to you, sir.
And nobody is disputing the fact that we Yoruba are being destroyed in Nigeria. Last night, only this last night, crowds of young people called me from somewhere in Oyo State that Fulani people had invaded their village and had scattered the whole place. We cannot continue to live like that. If anybody thinks that a people like the Yoruba people will continue to live like that, you are deceiving yourself. You may pander to the constitution. You may pander to the authorities of the land. But you cannot twist the truth out of existence. That's the thing. You cannot say you do not know that the Yoruba people are under pressure in Nigeria. You cannot say that Yoruba people are not being killed and killed in Nigeria. You cannot say that that a group of young men did an estimation of how many Yoruba people have been killed. They think it's up to about 29,000. You can't put that way. So why are some people behaving as if you're pandering to the government and pandering to the government, to the authorities? Negates the rights of other people. It doesn't.
Well,
no matter how much you pander, you can't tell me, oh, is President Tinubu going to sit with us and so on. It's his duty to sit with us. That's his duty.
Well,
the law says so.
Well,
we write a letter to the president. It is his duty to answer us.
Yes.
And he can say no. What you are asking for, I won't grant it.
Yes.
But he has no right to say, he has no duty to tell us, I will not answer your letter.
But sir,
he has a duty to answer our letter.
You raised the same issues under the Buhari administration. President Buhari did not just ignore.
Yes.
He went after Sunday Igboho and he showed that his government would not allow any kind of challenge from anybody, whether Yoruba or Igbo. Why would President Tinubu listen to you, even when you said you were not interested in the election?
Yeah, the president can say that as much as they like.
Yes.
But the president cannot unilaterally change the law of the land. That's the truth. The president, it is the duty of the president to say, oh, this country, I will preserve its unity. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But that does not negate the lawful right of the people of Yoruba land or whatever part of Nigeria to seek for their self-determination.
But Prof, there seems to be some confusion among the Yoruba elites.
We don't quarrel with the president for saying nobody should want to break up Nigeria. So it's fine. That's what the president is supposed to be saying. But we who know what is happening to our people, who think that the answer is to get out of Nigeria, we have a right to put it to the president and to put it to the world. That's all.
But there seems to be some confusion in Yoruba land. I see that maybe perhaps the generality of the people do not feel as passionate about self-determination. And secondly, there is all kinds of positions. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are talking about self-determination.
You don't know this. You don't know the nature of the Yoruba society. You don't. Most of the young people, and they are the majority in Yoruba land, want the self-determination of their Yoruba nation. That's the truth of the matter. That's what is keeping the movement going. And they are also doing so in the diaspora. Yoruba young men and women all over the world want their own country, separate from Nigeria. You cannot deny that. No matter how much you want to pander to the government, you cannot deny that. That's the truth.
But anyway,
the important thing, however, and I'm surprised that you are not talking about that, is that the Yoruba people who are fighting for self-determination are telling the world and telling themselves that they will do it only peacefully. We are Yoruba. We know our status in the world. We know our status in the black world. We do not want to destroy the peace of Nigeria, and we do not want to bring difficulty into the lives of any other group in Nigeria. But we want to get out of Nigeria. That's it.
Well, Prof, you were a strong member.
And you're not talking about that. You are asking me questions. You are asking me questions as if what Onitiri did has the support of the majority of Yoruba people who want self-determination. It is not true.
Well, Prof,
she has a small minority of a section that is ready to do illegalities. A year ago, they went and attacked a radio station in Ibadan, and so on. Now this year, they are attacking the entire government of Ibadan, and so on. No, but we have never sent anybody to go and do that, and we do not support it or encourage it.
Prof,
and we think it is criminal.
Prof,
and so if they get punished for their criminality, we have no objection to that.
Prof, you are a strong member.
But you cannot, because of them, generalize opposition to self-determination. You cannot.
Well, Prof, you are a strong member of the Unity Party of Nigeria, also a very strong member of Afenifere. Afenifere is talking about restructuring. You are now talking about self-determination. What is the difference, in these two ideological positions?
Our fathers in Afenifere are doing the right thing, talking about restructuring, so that we can go back and live our own life the way we used to live it prosperously. They're doing the right thing. There is nothing wrong with that. But we, another group of people, larger in number than they, are now saying, no, self-determination is the answer, not restructuring. Why? Because when you restructure, you are still in.
Just bring your dad out. Nǹkan táwọn ọmọ mi máa sọ nìyẹn. Wọ́n máa ní àwọn tó wá fẹ́ ju nǹkan sórí kinní ni o, á jù síbẹ̀ pé bring your mummies out, come and do competition with my mom. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbéra wọn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé bàbá àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ wípé bàbá ti dàgbà, ẹ gbé sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn, ẹ gbé wò, ẹ gbé yẹ̀ wò, ẹ gbé ọpọlọ. Wọ́n máa ń sọ alọ́pọlọ, ọpọlọ ní ọpọlọ kókó sẹ̀tì bàbá mẹ́wàá sílẹ̀. Ẹ máa rí pé méjì mẹ́ta ló máa mú nínú wọn. Bàbá is the best one. Tọ́lọ́run fi ta wá lọ́rẹ. Ànínú re ni bí wà, nínú ibi ni re wà. Congratulations. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá lè gba bàbá, tẹ́ ẹ lè dì wọ́n mú lọ́wọ́ báyìí, ẹ bá máa kọ congratulations torí pé kí ni ẹ tún wo adúrú èrò tó mọ̀ pé láwọn kan tó ní ó ti kú o, Yorùbá nation ti kú, aláti ṣe àwọn mistakes kan. Ṣe rí pé mo ní mistakes x wà nínú ẹ̀, that means nǹkan tó pọ̀ tá a ti ṣe nǹkan kan ló máa correct ẹ̀. Ṣé mo ó ti kú o, ó ti pa o, ṣe rálì o, ṣe kíní kan o, ṣe pẹ́ kan o, ṣe kò wọ́ ọ polówó fún olóṣèlú ni. No, Yorùbá nation is come to stay. Bọ̀ ìgbà wo ló jẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ mùsùlùmí, ó ní Allahu Alam, Ọlọ́run nìkan ló mọ̀ gbà yẹn. Christian náà sọ wípé God wish, nǹkan tọ́lọ́run bá sọ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn àbáláyé náà máa ní báwọn náà máa ṣe sọ pé a fi gbogbo ẹlẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ Elédùmarè. Òun ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìrìn àjò yìí. Bọ̀ àwọn lè kò ń gúnyàn lọ́wọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì tàbí kò ń gbàyàn lọ́wọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀mẹsẹ̀ or whatever, ẹ̀gún ṣá. Àwọn nǹkan kan tá a ti ṣe tó jẹ́ pé a máa wá wo báwo la lè máa ṣe correction yẹn. Bọ̀ àwọn èèyàn kan believe bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé ó wà nínú pépà kan tí bó ní tìrí tó dán ẹnu fún wa, tó dán ẹnu tó lérí tó léka tó fọlọ́run búra, tó ń lo àdúrà, tó ń lo Jesus Christ, ibo ni àbọ̀, ibo ló wá já sí? Tó bá gba oríire wa ni, a kúrò nínú wàhálà, nínú ìdààmú ni. Bọ̀ àwa kan ti rí, Ọlọ́run ti fi wọ́n wá sáà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ló ti sàásùzẹ̀, ó ti ṣe sàásùzẹ̀ tó ti Ọlọ́run ti fi wọ́n wá wípé no, ibi báyìí kò sí ọ̀nà ọ̀bẹ. Ẹ wo bàbá tán attack. Kóbìnrin rédíò kọkùnrin pa kí ó 419 ló fẹ́ wá pa ìjò fún mi. Bàbá 410 ló fẹ́ wá pa ìjò. Ṣáà ń pariwo àníjọba ló ràn wá, ìjọba ló ràn wá, látọjọ́ àtìgbà yẹn sì tán lè ṣé ó tiẹ̀ dárúkọ ẹ̀, ṣé wọ́n kọ fún lórúkọ ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Àwọn kàbá ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún, torí pé wọ́n fẹ́ pa wá lẹ́nu mọ́ pátápátá. Ó dẹ̀ tún wà nínú agreement àwọn àti bàbá náà wípé òkè ẹ ṣe iṣẹ́ yìí kó gúnrégé, torí pé kí ni a fẹ́ gbọ́ mọ́, a fẹ́ gbọ́. Wọ́n fẹ́ pọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá ni, tó wọ́n mọ̀ pé tí Yorùbá bá kúrò ó ti tán fáwọn nìyẹn. Iṣẹ́ ńlá ló ṣe ẹni common sense lọ́rọ̀ lẹ̀ yìí. Ìjìnlẹ̀ tó wà ní Turkey, ṣé ọmọ aláwọ̀ rí gbogbo fídíò yẹn? Nǹkan tó mú wọn tó fi ń rí fídíò àwa, rí fídíò ibi tó ti láwọn làwọn rán wọn jẹ́. Káde má, mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀, kó má kà wá lára jù ká relax. Àwọn náà sọ pé àwọn yìí ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ. Tí mo rọ Nàìjíríà náà, wọ́n yìí ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ. Ó ti gbà yẹn náà.
Nigeria, the people who are coming and disrupting your life and destroying your farms and killing your women and raping your mothers and daughters and so on are still Nigerians. They still have a right to come to Nigeria. The only final solution to that is to separate, so that you have a separate Yoruba country where we can make our own laws and so on, to which we admit only people we want to admit. So nobody can claim that they have a right to come to our land. They don't have such a. But as long as we are in Nigeria, no matter what restructuring is done, they still have the right to come to our land and do the things that we are doing. Nobody is talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms. I am not hearing that. I'm hearing only about government. I'm not hearing about people.
Okay.
We are not talking about the fact that most Yoruba farmers have been driven from their farms. and that the Yoruba nation is in danger of famine upon famine upon famine for years and years to come. You are not talking of the fact that the Fulani declared war on Nigeria on the 24th of January and 26th of January and said that Tinubu is not our president. We are going to absorb. We will take over the seat of government there, and we will use this place to organize the conquest of the rest of Nigeria. You're not talking about that. You are not talking of people who said no Fulani man must be arrested for the bomb in Ibadan. If you do, you will have bombs in every town in Yoruba in Nigeria. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the sheer insult of living in a country where some people are treating the government like that. You are talking about Onitiri and so on. Why do our...
Well, Prof, let me ask you this. Self-determination that you recommend.
You are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, but what I'm saying is that your opinion rigorously avoids the truth. Rigorously.
But Prof,
avoids the truth.
Nigeria, as Onigo Chiche told us in his research on ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, has over 300 ethnic nationalities. Will you recommend self-determination to all the other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria? For all these nationalities to break away?
Those who want it, don't ask me a general question. I'm asking for self-determination for a nation, the Yoruba nation. There are about 60 million people in Nigeria. And their territory is large enough to be a large country. So that's what I'm talking about. Any other nationality in Nigeria that wants self-determination is free to ask for it. I cannot come and ask for self-determination for nations that are not mine. No.
Well, Prof, as we have this, we're having this conversation. You are in Cotonou, Republic of Benin. Not too long ago, after Chief Sunday Igboho returned to Nigeria, one of your spokespersons, Mr. Gad.
Yes, I'm coming home. It's my prerogative in life to decide how I move. Yeah.
Certainly.
That's my right.
But are you very...
Or would you want, because of your support for Nigeria, also limit my right to move as I like?
But Prof, are you very optimistic that one day this vision of self-determination for the people of Yoruba land will come to pass?
Of course.
It will come to pass.
Yes.
Well,
it will come to pass. Nobody can stop it.
Of course.
Well, on that note, I would like to thank you very much.
And we are not hostile to any government. We were not hostile to Buhari. We were not hostile to Buhari. So why should we be hostile to our own man who is president? He's our boy. It's our son. It's our brother. Mm-hmm. So we cannot be hostile to him. We were not hostile to Buhari. We sent a message to Buhari. Buhari told his people that election was coming. He didn't have time to answer us. And so they didn't answer us. All right. But elections are not coming now. And we want the president of Nigeria to discuss with us. President Buhari stood up in the United Nations General Assembly in 2016 and 2000.
You can imagine. Nǹkan tí bàbá ń kò tí, nǹkan tó ń kò tí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, tó ń kò tí bó ṣe rí, ọmọ 30 years gan ti gbàgbé. A máa wé pé 2000 and kíni náà o. 2000 and kíni. Ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ èmi gan fún ara mi gan. Ní wọ́n wé pé 2000 and ìgbà wo nìyẹn náà 2000 and kíni kan. Because a ní Ọlọ́run ẹ̀bùn ni. It's not pé mo smart tàbí pé in short àwọn prof ẹgbẹ́ wọn gan. Ọ̀gájọ̀gá lọ náà. Rí Dr. Abati ni. Ọdún náà ẹ mọ̀ pé doctor and prof ìyàtọ̀ wà ńbẹ̀. Teacher sì ni doctor. Ọmọ iléèwé ló sì jẹ́ lábẹ́ prof. ìgbà táwọn tó tí Dr. Abati gan tán rí ọ̀gá àwọn gan gbà ẹ máa rí pé bó ṣe ń béèrè question àwọn gan gbà fọ́gá ẹ̀ òun nìkan tó wà lẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ last one.
And 17 and said, self-determination is the legitimate right, the inalienable right of every nation in the world. He said that. He even said at some point, it is immoral for anybody to forcefully deny self-determination to any people. So people ask him, what about the people, the indigenous people of Biafra who are asking for their nation? He said, if the people who are asking for Biafra would do it peacefully through a peaceful organization, then the Nigerian state will have no other option than to discuss with them, to negotiate with them. Wow. Oh, yeah. People don't know these things, or people refuse to know these things because they want to appear to be supporting the government. Mm-hmm. This is not a question of supporting or we are not. We in the Yoruba self-determination movement, we are not opposed to Nigeria. We are to Nigerian government. We don't oppose our people who are ruling us. No, but we think the time has come when a nation like the Yoruba must take its freedom and create its own kind of country where our people can live the way we used to live under Chief Obafemi Awolowo. That's what our people want. They don't, we don't hate anybody. We are not. Even the Fulani who are coming and killing us, it's very difficult to get Yoruba people to hate them. You cannot preach hatred of another nation to Yoruba people. You cannot. It doesn't happen. It is not in their blood. So they don't hate the Fulani, they don't hate the Igbo, they don't hate outside, they don't hate anybody. They just want to get out and go and live their own life the way they know how to live it. That's all.
Well, on that note, I would like to thank you very much, Professor Banji Akintoye, leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement.
Inú ibi ni ire wà, inú ire náà ni ibi wà. No comment látọ̀dọ̀ ni mo ti sọ comment. Gbogbo comment tí yín tó wá kù, ẹ bá wa jù síbẹ̀. Yorùbá nation come to stay. Bọ̀ ìgbà wo ló máa jẹ́? Abẹ́ ìjọba wo? Báwo ni? Kí ló wá ń ṣe? Ọ̀n sọ̀rọ̀, ọ̀n ṣe nǹkan kan. Nǹkan tó ní ìdílé lẹ́yìn. Gbogbo nǹkan ariwo kọ́ ni speaker tàbí ariwo kọ́ ni kíní kankan ló ń sọ. Yes, of course, wọ́n bá gbé lẹ́tà débẹ̀. Tí bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu kí lè expect? Àwa ta gbé lẹ́tà lọ́nà. A ti mọ̀ pé bóyá bí 80% náà, ìwọ tó bá ti mọ̀ pé 80% nǹkan yẹn bọ̀ kó má dà ṣó gbọ́ tàbí ò gbọ́. Ìgbà tá a kọ́ lọ fún Buhari sí àní nínú record. A kọ́ lọ fílẹ̀ náà ó wà nínú record. Ṣé bóun náà ni international TV tó ń gbé iná tó dẹ̀ ń kó tẹ̀ bóyá máa jẹ́ nìyẹn. Ayélujára láti wà, ìtàn ti yàtọ̀ sígbà tí àwọn ará bí ọ̀hún tán wá tọwọ́ bọ àwọn history wa lójú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, tán da gbogbo ìgbésí ayé àwọn history wa tó jẹ́ pé àwọn Fúlàní ló wà nínú wípé àwọn fẹ́ máa kọ́ history ilẹ̀ tó ń yọ history kúrò nínú ẹ̀. Eléyìí ti yàtọ̀. Èyí tá à ń ṣe léni èyí ń sìn kí léni èyí on the 22 April 22 2024 ó máa wà ìtàn máa wà ní bó ṣe wà nìyẹn sìn so that adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ìyẹn náà máa fi mọ̀ wípé a yàtọ̀ síra wa ọ̀nà tó ní kálukú fẹ́ gbé gbà bí West ní alátọjọ́ yìí tó wà nínú UK ó lóye ọdún tó ti fẹ́ jáde náà bọ àwọn ìyá wa àti bàbá wa wáì ọ̀n ṣe nǹkan kan mọ́ ọ̀n ṣe no Ọlọ́run fún wa ṣe nígbà tá a kọ́kọ́ àṣerálì àṣe gbogbo kinní kan gbogbo èyí tó bá wà kò sí kò sẹ́ni tó máa lò ọ̀nà wo la fẹ́ gbégbà òun ló wà kò sí gbogbo ẹ̀ àti kọ́kọ́ pariwo àti fàṣiriwo yẹn àti fi ṣéwájú for a means ẹ bá ṣe rally mẹ́wàá ẹ bá ṣe rally ìyẹn ò sọ wípé àyàfi tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe nǹkan tó ní tìrì ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń sọ nǹkan kan, we are talking about Nigeria, diet of Africa, aláti ṣe àwọn mistake, but kò tún wá ṣe mistake, inú ibi nire wà, inú ibi náà níbí wà. A ti ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé kò sí adití nínú gómìnà, nínú gbogbo wọn náà lè sọ pé àwọn ọ̀gbọ́, ẹni tó bá fẹ́ di president lọ́la gan, ó mọ̀ wípé nǹkan kan exist tó ń jẹ́ Yorùbá nation. Bọ̀ kán wá máa wò ó pé ẹ ó di dandan àṣírálì àpariwo àsọ̀rọ̀ àlọ́jàgbà àlọ sí House of Assembly àlọ sí White House àlọ Àbújá àlọ ṣe kinní kan bẹ̀ no. Wọ́n ní tọ́wọ́ ẹ ò bá tèkù dà tó bá béèrè ikú tó pa bàbá ẹ̀ ó tún fẹ́ jẹkun ni àjẹkùn ìyá ló máa jẹ. Ẹni tí àlè bàbá ẹ̀ tó bá ju bàbá ẹ̀ lọ ibi dájì ló máa kì. Torí ẹ̀ ìyá mi bàbá mi ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àtàbúrò mi àti ẹ̀yin ẹlẹgbẹ́ mi a ní ká mú wa ní pé congratulations fún gbogbo wa wípé a kú oríire náà ní àṣàṣedànù. Bàbá àwọn náà gbé wa dé UNPO tó ń rẹ́gísítà wá síbẹ̀ níbi tí gbogbo àwọn àgbáyé wà tó ń rẹ́gísítà sí. Oúnjẹ ní gbogbo ṣé Tinubu ò ti rélè Rẹ̀mí ò ti rí ó máa mọ̀ wípé kódà kó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà lọ́rọ́ ní tìrì wọ́n máa mọ̀ wípé Ọlọ́run wà lẹ́yìn àwọn eléyìí sì dúró ni àwọn eléyìí dúró tán ni wọ́n dúró tán ni torí pé àwa dúró lórí òtítọ́ mo fọlọ́run búra a dúró lórí òtítọ́ wípé Ọlọ́run wọlá wípé wọ́n fi àjẹwò àwọn làwa dúró lé lórí kò ń ṣe pé àṣà àbòsí torí ẹ̀ ló fi jẹ́ wípé ẹni tó wá pẹ̀lú àbòsí kò pẹ́ táṣírí fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tú tó fi tú débi tá wà yìí. Náà mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wa kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ foundation wa lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run arọ́mọdọ́mọ wa wọn ní gbégbá bára lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ẹni Ọlọ́run bùn ẹ bá wa bùn àwọn àǹbẹ̀ lọ́rùn owó school àwọn ọmọ náà ó ti dé báyìí sí ó bá jẹ́ 10,000 5,000 oyekóye tí ẹnikẹ́ni tí wọ́n bá ní láti ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún òun náà ṣàlẹ̀ nìkejì rẹ̀ tọ́jú rẹ̀ jẹ́wọ́ ẹ máa ń kọ́ nìyẹn náà Ọlọ́run àgbàdo àrọ́mọdọ́mọ wa kò ní gbígbà bára. God bless you one love. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n play fún yín fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń wá phone number mi so that ẹ lè pick ìyẹn WhatsApp number ó lè bóyá fẹ́ di fídíò fún wa kíkà lò nínú program mi. God bless. Ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa share ètò yìí ẹ bá wa like ẹ dẹ̀ bá wa fi comment sílẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe rí ọ̀dọ̀ títí yín tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé congratulation lásán lè lè bá wa type síbẹ̀ fún bàbá fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ máa appreciate. God bless you one love.
Zabi Life Saver Foundation àánú lolówó fi rán wa la fi ń sọpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run àwọn ẹ̀dá tó ń jẹ́ aníparere láyé àwọn èèyàn tá a sì ti ń sọpẹ́ pàtàkì gbogbo olólùfẹ́ wa jákèjádò àgbáyé àwọn tó ń bá wa gbowó ṣètò ìrànwọ́ yìí lọ́nà kan àbí kejì. Lóòótọ́ ẹ̀yin gan lè jìká tí ò jẹ́ kórí ó jábọ́ lórí ìkànnì Zabi Life Saver Foundation àkàìmọye ènìyàn lọ́lọ́run ti fọwọ́ tọ́ nípa pé ká mú lára bíntín tọ́lọ́run fún wa tá a fi ń ṣàánú àwọn èèyàn tó kù díẹ̀ fún láwùjọ wa láì fi tẹ̀sìn ẹ̀yà èdè àti àwọ̀ṣe rárá. Sẹ́ẹ̀rì bọ́lọ́run ṣe ń lò wá lórí ìkànnì Zabi Life Saver Foundation táwọn fúnni níṣẹ́ gbalẹ̀ fúnni lóúnjẹ tá a ti ń sanwó iléèwé àwọn ọmọ tí ò lóbìí àti àwọn ọmọ tó kù díẹ̀ fóbi wọn láwùjọ lọ́pọ̀ ìmọ̀ye ìgbà láti yọjú tá a ti gbóúnjẹ lọ fáwọn tó wà nínú ìhámọ́ táwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní correctional center lọ́pọ̀ ìgbà tá a bá lọ sílé ìwòsàn fún àbẹ̀wò àti pé ká gba àwọn ènìyàn tí ò rówó san lẹ́yìn ètò ìwòsàn wọn àánú àṣewá púpọ̀ nítorí ohun mèremère ohun tá a máa ń bá pàdé lọ́hùn àti ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tó ti parí ètò ìwòsàn tí ò rówó san léyìí tágbára wa nìkan ò lè ká gẹ́gẹ́ bí èrò wa ní Zabi Life Saver Foundation àti bí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ṣe ń sọ wípé kọ́wọ́ jẹ́ tó ti lọ síwájú sí i ló jẹ́ àmọ́ lógun fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin eléyìíjú àánú jákèjádò àgbáyé wọ́n ràn wá àti jẹ́ kí ètò ìtúbọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú sí i. ẹ jájọ pawọ́pọ̀ lé ìṣẹ́ òun ìyà nínú bíntín tọ́lọ́run fún wa. ẹ lè fi ohunkóhun tẹ́ ẹ bá ní sọwọ́ sí ọ́fíìsì wa nílé No. 6 Bremer Street Sabo Ṣàgámù Ògùn State tó bá sowó ni ẹ fi sínú àsùnwọ̀n Zabi Life Saver Foundation account níbikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá wà wà lágbàáyé. Account number 579-868-6013 FCMB. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i lè pe èyíkéyìí àwọn aṣojú wa nílé +234-812-575-4492 tàbí kẹ́pẹ́ +234-708-434-5696. Bákan náà ní ẹ lè fàtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ tàbí kẹ́pẹ́ Dr. Zabby gan lórí WhatsApp nọ́mbà wọn +447-440-715-542 ní Zabby Lifesaver Foundation. Àánú ló jẹ wá lógún.
You're welcome. Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.